What is up, my people? And this is the marketing agency model that actually works in a year. And if you're looking at the photos here, you could probably infer what it is. But before anything else, I want to mention that every guru is basically still selling you the same broken agency model in just a year, especially within 2026. But there's one agency model that actually works right now, even if you don't run ads or have a huge team. So my name is Pedro Millan. I literally own 2 social media marketing agencies that make multiple 6 figures every single year. We have more than 68 million views per all the campaigns that we've done in 2 years, more than 100 appointments booked for all of our clients, and a Grammy to our name after one of the campaigns that we ran last year. But more so than anything else, in this video, I'm basically going to show you the only agency model that I'd start in a year if I had to start from scratch. But first things first, before anything else, I want to make sure that we call out all the dead models. So anything that's currently running, like full stack we do everything agencies, or Facebook ads for every niche with no brand, no content, no trust, or overcomplicated retainers that burn you out and underpay you, they're all problematic. And I'll be honest, like it's hard to sell, hard to deliver, and hard to scale. Why? Because we've done it before, at least me and my business partner Zach, right? So what really actually works in a year? Well, here's the model: a short form organic content agency. But before we get into this video overall to basically go down through all the steps, I want to make sure that you guys understand, if you guys basically want to do this yourself, or basically have a way in order to do this in such a way where you get to 6 figures in literally less than 90 days, click the first link in the description. We have a course, community, and a coaching program. Anyway, let's get back into the video. So a short form organic content agency is basically an agency that you develop where you help a specific type of business show up every single day with short form content that brings them leads, DMs, and appointments, basically without ads, which hence the name organic, right? Which that equates to the following, which is essentially one avatar, one format, and one result, as you can see right here. So one avatar basically means obviously your ideal client profile or your ideal client avatar, right? So literally the person that you basically want to help with, or your clients want to help overall. One format basically equates to short form vertical video, right? And the one result is essentially more inbound, more authority, and more calls, right? And platforms that you would associate with this would be like Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, maybe even LinkedIn if it's relevant, right? So overall, why this model works in a year. My English, Jesus Christ. Anyway, because the algorithms love short form video. And I'll be honest with you, like more so than anything else, the algorithms on social media overall, they love free reach. Why is that? Because literally you don't have to do anything, right? Businesses still to this day don't have time, they hate filming, and they don't know what to say. So you coming in with your short form organic content agency, right? You basically give them strategy basically on what to talk about, filming guidance in the sense of like literally shooting for them in person or giving them remote prompts, and you provide editing and repurposing so that way they can literally have an omnipresence on every single platform, right? And the result that you give them is that clients stay relevant every single day, and you get paid monthly for a repeatable content machine. So let's go into the steps overall, how to basically chat this together. All right, so more so this should be at the end. Wrap up. All right, cool. Step 1 is essentially pick the right avatar. The criteria for the right avatar for you is dependent on a lot of different things, but we'll go over it. So it's essentially have a high lifetime value or a high LTV, meaning people within an industry that will actually continuously pay you for the services that you're providing them, right? Very simple. So let's say, for example, a lot of the examples that I'll give are later in this video. And I don't want to necessarily give them right now because I want to give you the criteria first. But anyway, the next thing would be, as far as criteria that is appropriate for the right avatar, would be they have a need to build trust and personal brand. And the last, more so than anything else, is that they're already on social, but they're inconsistent, right? Examples, like I mentioned before, would be real estate agents, loan officers, or financial pros like accountants, coaches and consultants, and local pros being attorneys, doctors, and pretty much anybody that has a brick and mortar that literally needs to provide services to people on a consistent basis. So the point of this, more so than anything else, is to choose one lane so your offer, scripts, and examples speak directly to them, if that makes sense overall. And the next thing, we go into step 2. Define a simple content product. You don't want to necessarily be like, oh, we can do everything, right? So we're not talking about websites, we're not talking about full branding, we're not talking about random one-offs, right? Your base offer is one of the following examples, or something that you can basically figure out depending on what your offer creation is, right? So like, for example, you'd have 8 to 12 short form videos per month, or you batch film in one session, or you get them recorded remotely. But in the sense of like something that's actually, I guess, competable with other people, especially who are running these social media marketing agencies, I would say giving them an offer in which that it makes sense for you, that you basically post every day for them or multiple times a day. If you just have to figure out as far as like how you can make that possible, and you develop that with the team and everything, but we're not going to talk about in this video. We're just basically talking about how you can basically make this happen in a year. So you basically handle topic ideation and hooks, filming prompts and structure, editing, captions, and basic graphics, and delivering platform-ready files, or just posting for them overall. So that's essentially what you would do as far as service delivery is concerned. Now, step 3, make it about results, not aesthetics, because literally people will be talking about like pretty edits all the freaking time, and I want you to tie your content for them to business metrics, meaning more profile visits, more DMs, more book calls, local awareness for their market. We want to necessarily position them like we help blank niche show up every single day on social so they can stay on top of mind and turn followers into clients without learning how to edit or think about content, right? That's essentially the basis of what you're providing for them. So then we go into step 4. How do we get clients with this offer, right? More so than anything else, I will literally abide and preach freaking warm outreach. Reason being is because that's what I did first of all, and that's how I was able to scale my short form content agency when I was doing that to 6 figures in literally less than 6 months. So literally that means past clients, friends, followers, local business owners, family members, etc., etc., etc. It doesn't matter. And your offer would be, let's film you 5 to 10 videos in one session, and I'll show you what I can do with a consistent content machine, and I'll basically show you what that looks like for your business. Very simple. And I would also say use micro trigger posts on your own profile. For example, saying like a call out. If you're basically an agent, coach, etc., and you want 10 video ideas and hooks for free, comment the word hooks with literally a keyword automation via mini chat or go high level, depending on what you want to do. Then you use your DMs to basically invite them to a call when you are ready to actually start posting about what you offer overall. Otherwise, literally start with warm outreach. For example, if you were literally just to basically get clients via warm outreach, you can basically use goodwill to your own advantage, especially just using it as leverage in order to get these people to give you the opportunity to develop testimonials, literally before and afters, have snippets of edited videos, have small wins, etc., 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 that you can preach to other people when they're on a sales call with you, or if they basically determine how they want to get on a conversation with you via DMs or any other method that they would use to contact you if they would basically see your stuff on socials or overall on the internet, because you basically can search everything on Google, but they still show up everywhere on social media platforms, which is absolutely amazing. So if you're literally getting inbound via content or just doing warm outreach every single day, then that's up to you. But if you're going to do warm outreach more so than anything else, please do at least 100 people every single day. Get the first people that you basically want to contact on your phone. Like literally just go through your contacts and go down the line, because otherwise that's essentially your first list. So then you might as well just use it and not take time out of your own day in order to make something happen, right? All right, cool. The next thing is step 5, develop a delivery system so it's scalable, okay? So what does that mean? Onboarding, let's start with onboarding. Let's say you just got a client via your warm outreach or your inbound via social media, right? You basically have a 30 to 60 minute strategy call to learn their offers, frequently asked questions, and stories. Then from there, you develop a content engine based on what they told you to build a repeatable framework, being like frequent asked questions videos, or videos based on myth versus reality, or essentially getting stories down, or case study clips, or proof, like social proof videos of things that they actually done for other people, or doing yap videos, which I literally talked in other videos on this channel, and other things that you could do in order to make content, or as much content as freaking possible. Then after that, you basically develop a filming session, right? Essentially in one of 2 ways. Option A is basically an in-person shoot day once per month, or once per quarter, or maybe once every 6 months, or even once a year, depending on how well you are at filming your client overall. Option B is essentially doing it remote, whereas you send prompts, scripts, they record on their own, and they basically do it on their phone, and you basically handle the rest, right? Then you come into the editing process, which is essentially using templates and consistent styles that they genuinely enjoy, so that way you can delegate it to an editor easily once you start to develop your team, because more often than not, when you start this, you're probably going to do it yourself, but then at the end of the day, you can't be editing it and basically run a business at the same time. So you want to make sure that you take that into consideration. Shout out to deliverables and getting them to be done by other people. Anyway, and then the next thing is essentially optimizing your delivery, which is putting everything on Google Drive, Dropbox, your GHL folder, and essentially figuring out a CRM that can schedule and post as an add-on more so than anything else, because obviously like people don't want to be on their phones 24/7, especially when they're running a business. So getting with like a scheduler or posting it yourself as a part of your offer would be very sexy, right? And after you develop your delivery system, you go into step 6, which is essentially pricing and developing a path to 20K with this model overall, right? Because we not only just want to make 10K, like that's just like the first goal, but then after that, we want to be able to scale, right? So you could basically start out with simple packages, like for example, like a starter package being 8 videos a month, or you could basically do anything from like 12 to 16, maybe even 20. And then from there, you could also start adding to the mix as far as daily posting, and on top of that, multiple times a day, right? Like including analytics and strategy calls and this, that, and whatever. And the pricing that you would do for this, I cannot stress this enough, depends on how many videos you're going to be putting out. If you're going to be posting daily, I require you to at least charge $2,000 a month per client. And that might sound crazy, or that might sound like weird if you've never done this before. However, you have to take into consideration your time is valuable. So how can you consistently get these videos out if you're only getting $1,000 from these people, and you're never going to grow because you don't have enough money to basically get somebody to delegate all this stuff to. So it's just dependent on your deliverables more so than anything else. The niche also depends as well, but more often than not, if you're already operating with people like founders and CEOs, they're going to be able to have the money in order to do that, right? So if you literally put into simple math, 10 clients at 2K basically means 20K per month, right? Or if you do, let's say, 3 clients at $3,000, then you're basically doing 9K months. But like just to literally go a bit over, you could do 7 clients and then literally at 3K a month being 21K a month, right? Depends on what you want to do, right? So I'll leave that up to you guys. But and the next step, more so than anything else, is that we need to scale with systems, not stress, right? So as you grow, you're going to have to literally develop a team, being hiring an editor or hire a VA to manage communication and content delivery. And you, more so than anything else, you keep the strategy portion and the on-camera personality for sales and content. Meaning, just to basically make this super simple, you are in charge of sales and marketing, period. Everything else has to be taken out, except for the things you genuinely enjoy. I'll give you an example. I loved the filming portion of the business, right? When I was doing a short form organic content agency, I did not enjoy editing, revising all the pieces of content that I was basically doing for all my clients and everything in between. I did not like doing that. So all I did for literally the majority of 2 years when I was running the short form organic content agency to 21K a month, I basically just did the filming, the flying out, the getting to know these people, networking, sales, marketing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then from there, you just have to basically add some sort of tracking system to your content delivered, your clients' renewals and results, and your case studies, so that way you can actually continuously add on to your sales and marketing responsibilities, right? Because you want to make sure that you're letting everybody know like the results that you're getting for everybody, and on top of that, via your contracts, the money that you're getting from these people, and essentially the content bank that you're developing for your clients and for yourself. So that's pretty much everything, to be quite honest with you. Then just literally a wrap up and a close CTA. I just want to make sure that you guys understand like how easy in a year this marketing agency model makes getting to 10K to 20K and further into a system that actually works. And it's basically focused on short form organic content agencies, because not a lot of people do them because they can't do them effectively. So I have to remind you, if you're going to start this, it's one avatar, one format, one result, and one simple delivery system, and you'll be getting to 10K months faster than possible. Anyway, I appreciate you watching this video. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because we put videos out like this every single day. On top of that, make sure to click the first link in the description if you want to basically learn how to build an SMMA from the ground up to basically a 6-figure business in less than 90 days. We have a coaching program, we have a community, and we have a course that you basically check that out, and we'll literally help you from the ground up in order to do that. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Peace.